Picture Dublin's heart without its green heart. Hard to imagine, right? Today we're tracing the fast-paced life of Arthur Edward Guinness, better known as the first Baron Ardilaun, the man who opened St. Stephen's Green to everyone and quietly reshaped parts of Ireland you might not expect. Born in 1840 into the Guinness family, Arthur didn't run the brewery like his brother. Instead, he carved out a different legacy: politics, parks, trees, and philanthropy that still shape daily life. In the 1860s, Dublin was a Victorian city on the move. Arthur stepped into public life, serving as a Member of Parliament for Dublin City from 1868 to 1874, a conservative and a committed unionist, before ill health nudged him out of frontline politics. After his father's death, Arthur inherited Ashford Castle Lough Corrib. He poured energy into the West, laying out woodland rides, improving roads and piers, supporting local schools, and boosting fishing and boating on the Great Lake. In 1880, he became Baron Ardilaun, taking the title from a place name on Lough Corrib. It nods to the Irish Ard Olean, High Island, a quiet hint that his heart and his work stretched beyond Dublin. For centuries, St. Stephen's Green was a private garden for keyholders. Arthur thought a city should share its green spaces. He pushed an act through, paid for the redesign, and gave the green to the public. He hired landscape expert Ninian Niven, formerly of the National Botanic Gardens, to reimagine the green. A curving lake, a waterfall and rockwork, meandering paths, groves of new trees, elegant railings, lamps, a lodge, and a bandstand, designed for strolling, sitting, and sound. The park opened in 1880. Less known detail: Arthur didn't just cut the ribbon, he endowed money for its upkeep so it could be kept beautiful long after he was gone. That's planning in perpetuity. The green became a stage: lunchtime bands, ducks cruising the lake, and families everywhere. Entertaining footnote: during the 1916 Easter Rising, firing reportedly paused each day so the park keeper could feed the ducks. Even wars, it seems, respect lunchtime. On the Dublin coast at Raheny, Arthur and his wife Olivia transformed the St. Anne's Domain: avenues of trees, ornate follies, formal gardens, and handsome red brick stables. Decades later, much of it became St. Anne's Park, a beloved city playground. Their philanthropy wasn't just green. They funded All Saints' Church in Raheny in the late 1880s, a calm stone landmark that still anchors the neighborhood and carries the family story in its architecture and memorials. Back at Ashford, Arthur was an avid forester. He planted on a grand scale, cut paths for carriages, and supported better access to Lough Corrib with improved outhouses and piers, work that turned the estate into a showpiece of Victorian landscape design. Away from speeches and statues, he backed scientific and cultural life in Dublin through learned societies and preferred steady, often anonymous giving. Not flashy, effective. If you wander the green today, you'll find his statue among the trees he paid to plant. Look around: the curving paths, the lake, the bandstand site, the Victorian lamps. That's Ardilaun's signature still guiding city footsteps. Arthur Edward Guinness died in 1915 without heirs. His barony became extinct and his properties folded back into the wider family. Ashford Castle later became a hotel. St. Anne's became a public park, and St. Stephen's Green, his gift, remains Dublin's front garden. A brewer's son who chose trees over tanks and parks over headlines, Arthur, 1st Baron Ardilaun, left everyday legacies. Next time you hear a band by the lake or spot a duck on the green, you're walking through his story.